Entrepreneurs are considered role models in this generation. It's very much seen in social media that people encourage people to go out on their own and start up their own business. From blogs on how to be successful as an entrepreneur to facilities such as incubators and accelerators, you get to choose your own working hours. You don't have to report to anyone. You can pick out your own policies. It's very much easy to see why everybody wants to be an entrepreneur these days. However, let's admit it, entrepreneurship is so romanticized. There's the temptation of your freedom to work whenever and wherever you want, of being your own boss, to having your own financial independence, and it's very strong. While all these things, of course, occur when you're running your own business, it's not always as easy as everybody makes it seem. Actually, sometimes it's very much easier to work for somebody rather than having your own business. So I am here to give you a list of things of why you should very much think things over before starting up your own business. So first things first, it's actually physically, emotionally, and mentally draining. So no one really tells you how lonely it will feel when starting up your own business. Look, even if you're surrounded by people all the time, feeling lonely and feeling alone, it's not gonna go away. With it, you'll start doubting yourself, asking yourself constantly whether or not you did the right thing. So the effort it takes to fight these thoughts and doubts and the effect it has on you is very much unimaginable. You're also going to be putting in a lot of effort when you initially start out. You'll be making pitches, phone calls, scheduling meetings, testing your product or your service, and trying to get a feel of a lot of things and a lot more. Time management is going to be an important skill that you have to have. The earlier you learn to prioritize and manage, the better things will go for you. But if you do, or if you don't, you'll still end up like physically and emotionally drained. So you can't really be prepared. This basically tells you that you can't be prepared all the time because you never know what's going to happen. So second is not everybody becomes mega rich. Heck, not even rich. Because there's a lot of people think that entrepreneurship is the shortest way to actually get lots of money, like get that coin very much easily. And that's not actually the truth, as we all know. Most businesses tend to fail. Like a lot of startup businesses or any other businesses that have been running for a long time, ever since the pandemic, has gone down significantly. And that's a fact. And even without the pandemic, we know that most businesses really just fail. And even if they don't, only a small percentage of businesses do actually get rich. So before starting out your own business, you need to know that you won't become successful immediately. You need to accept that your business venture might fail, that there is this reality, this possibility that it might fail. Yes, you might have this very much phenomenal idea, but if you don't get the right investors, right clients, you probably won't make much headway in markets. Movies and articles about entrepreneurs tend to do the impossible. They summarize a person's entire life within just like a small time, like a small period of it. Most of these movies or articles show a small percentage of the hardships that the entrepreneurs went through. But like I said, and as we all know, there is still so much more that we don't actually know. No one really openly discusses what problems they faced or difficulties they encountered. It won't make much sense to you until you're in this position too. So definitely have a strong reason for creating your business. Remember it and stick to it for as long as it makes sense. Having a long-term plan that helps motivate you also does its job. And remember, we often overestimate what we can do. So make sure while you're taking a huge amount of risk, also have the capacity to play it safe and never or don't overextend yourself that much. So number 3 is you're going to have to learn that you're going to take a lot of rejections. The one unifying aspect that every entrepreneur probably has is rejection. The fact that people are always going to say no to you until you prove yourself. But how do you do that when everybody keeps saying no to you? You need to come to terms with the fact that a lot of people are probably going to reject your idea. And at times, it will break your heart, either because of them saying no or because of the person who said no. But if you just focus on the no, on the rejection, you will miss out on the very much important lesson that they gave you every time. Try and understand and then ask why they said no. For every rejection, find a way to receive some kind of feedback for your business, because this will help you do better and eventually reach a point wherein no turns into a yes. Sometimes to run a business, you really need to have thick skin. Not sometimes, that's like most of the time. So number 4 is what happens like very much, what you can see like very much all the time. Look, okay, so one of my hobbies back when I was like still in college was watching Dragon's Den. And one of the lessons that you learn is that most of the time, or probably like a lot of the times, like your idea isn't actually new. So the thing is, you have to learn how to sell it better than them. Most ideas people come up with have been inspired by some problem in society. But that's the problem, right? Everyone can be inspired from the same source. So you may find that someone has already capitalized on the same idea and tried to make a company before you did. However, an important part of being an entrepreneur is the ability to sell. This means not only like selling your product or service, this means selling your motivation, your company, and your brand. If you happen to be better at the product or service than the people who came up with the idea before you, you'll end up selling better than they did. So, sell well. Learn how to actually sell well. Number 5 is that you're going to have to put in more hours than you would if you were employed by someone else. As the founder of the company, you're going to have to bear a lot more responsibility than anyone else. How successful the company will be is entirely dependent on you. So the concept of balancing your work and your personal life gets very much distorted at this point. When you're employed, you can sign in and sign out based on the contract you signed at the time of hiring. When you're running a business, make sure that you set your own work time. But when you're starting off and you're, just building your business, then you're working all the time, 24 hours nonstop. In fact, you'll probably end up working 100 hours a week. So before you can settle in managing your work timings, your work will be managing you in an effort to efficiently and effectively set up your business. So be prepared accordingly. All right, so those are the 5 things that you should look out for when you're planning to start out your business. Alrighty, check out our merch too by going to teaandsugar.com. If you want to read more different stuff like this, go to webymoney.com and let us know what you think about this video by commenting down below. More information is in the description box. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell while you're at it. Thank you guys so much. See you in the next video. Entrepreneurs are considered models. I'm better than that. I'm thirsty.
I'm thirsty. Refreshing.
I look so oily from the retinol. Side note, if you're wondering why I look so oily, it's not because I haven't showered or anything, but it's because like I put too much retinol. It should be only like 2-3 drops, and I went all out. I shouldn't have, and that's why like my glasses keep like sliding down my nose. Okay. However, sayonara.